Let's get the
I
winners
hope somebody
finals
runs over me today. Okay.
between two very excellent players from Chicago. Big Mac, he just kind of, a player that he's had a 50-50 record with over the course of many, many years of Smash Brothers. Big Mac versus Dan. Big Mac just obliterated him. So let's see how Mark Morgan chooses to play in this matchup versus Tyroy, who has been on a roll at these ignitions where Ned hasn't been around or JJ hasn't been around. Players of that caliber, and it's up to Big Mac to step it up.
Big Mac, as recently as last week, looked demoralized. Straight up looked at me and was like, I'm not playing this game anymore. This game's dumb. I'm going to quit. He got to the point where in losers finals, he looked at me before the set started and said, if I win this set, I'm forfeiting grands and we won't have a grand finals. Because that's how much I hate Bayonetta that I won't even play against her. He was dead serious. He wound up losing to Snoofle, fortunately for, I guess, everyone that day. But right now, he looks a little bit more determined. I don't know if he's been labbing the matchup. I don't know if he's just better, like in a mentally better place. But he straight up today was like, I'm going to try. I'm going to try all day. He hasn't played secondaries. He's rocking the Cinebu tag and the yellow Sheik. Shoutouts and go vote on the 2GG poll for Cinebu. Rep the Midwest right now if you haven't done that.
I already have. You definitely got to vote for your Midwest boy. You got to vote for Nam. You got to vote for Cinebu. Okay, Big Mac in that Sheik triad, staying alive, but he's going to eat the back air, going over to the left side of the stage, hanging in for now.
Gets back on stage. Tyroy looking for the down tilt up air. Really good DI. Staying away from that and off stage. Sometimes you have to DI off stage. A lot of mid-level players don't realize that. They'll always just like naturally try to DI on stage and get punished. That was one of those times where you need to stay away. And he catches him with the tilt into the up air, busting out his own wisdom.
And that
The
looked like
Triforce
the
of wisdom.
perfect percent to finish up that confirm. And now this is where Big Mac can really start to turn on the heat with that standard B button. You see the Sheik needles coming into play every single second he's in neutral parity, making sure those needles charge. That's a free 7% every time you can get them to connect. But the down air just landing barely in time.
Where did that even come from? I barely saw the animation. Blink and you'll miss it. Tyroy taking his first stock of the game.
A good shield, but not going to get that turnaround grab in time. Sheik's studying the alarms, not reaching quite far enough. Maybe a turnaround forward tilt would have been enough to start a combo instead.
Big Mac with a really smart falling fair. Risky a little bit though, you know, at these percentages, especially against Bayonetta, you get which time to die. Gotta be very careful as Sheik. But he hasn't been going for many grabs. Tyroy has been playing fairly passively. He's been eating a lot. I don't know if he's just doing this to condition Big Mac a little bit. So which time to work later. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute now. We got a combo started.
But he finds the DI away from that afterburner kick. That's something that you need to notice. A lot of people say that the SDI on the witch twist matters, and it does. But if you can mix up your DI on the afterburner kicks every which way that she flies after those witch twists, that can also confuse the Bayonetta and make you be even more unpredictable with your DI in those disadvantageous situations. So that's Big Mac staying alive, but he's going to get caught by this up air, and he's in a scary spot. Dash grab going to come out, and the gun follow-up, not too much reward coming out here from Tyroy, but okay, that afterburner kick could have led to a lot more.
It's been about a minute here since Big Mac has really gotten in, but he gets the up throw, goes straight for the up air. Tyroy jumps away, almost caught him with a second up air, but they trade.
I really like that chase, actually, from Big Mac. He's been aggressive, not letting Tyroy retreat to any of those side taxi platforms here.
In this terrible, terrible stage.
It is a stage. And okay, these needles are resetting the situation, trying not to let Tyroy just short hop for free into those back airs. Such a scary move to have to deal with in kill percent.
Yeah, now we're in that unfortunate situation where Sheik doesn't really have a way to kill confirm. So Tyroy needs to just stay away from all of the obvious. As that up B through the stage, messing with Tyroy a little bit, or messing with Big Mac a little bit. And that back air is going to kill pretty easily. Big Mac knew it was close. He's actually still got a smile on his face because he knows he played that match well, but Tyroy didn't beat him with like super jank or witch times. He beat him just by winning the neutral exchange, punishing a little bit of miss space with the back air.
Sometimes it can be a death by 1,000 cuts for Big Mac's mentality, though, where, like, sometimes he'll think, you know, it was close, and I hung in there, but I didn't get the W. Let's try it again. And that might be what he's doing here on Tennessee, but I'm worried that he might be thinking something like, I played so good and I still lost. Yeah. And that's going to be the important thing, is if Big Mac can recover from that game one.
I think he's okay with losing games when he feels his opponent actually outplays him, but I think he gets really frustrated when, like, he knows he won just about every neutral exchange, just about every You know, like you said, death by 1,000 cuts is literally what Sheik does to you. That's how Sheik wins. Swipe, 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 swipe. That's the character half the time. And if he feels that he was outplaying his opponent and he loses to like one combo off the top or like a witch time kills him at 40, that's very different than like, oh, my opponent didn't do those things and still won. They definitely earned it.
To be frank, Big Mac has played well, but he hasn't played as good as he possibly can. We've seen him miss a couple of punishes. He missed a tech chase there just now. He had a couple of punishes on heel slide in the first and second games at this point that he just missed some dash grabs. Maybe could have gone for forward tilts instead. And that can get a lot of offense started for Sheik as well. Now he's trying to pin Bayonetta to this ledge. Instead, just going to pivot away with these needles. Now, Witch Time could have represented an opportunity to turn this game around here for Tyroy, and we usually don't see him throw them out in the mid-percents. We see him save them for, like, those very late-game scenarios. But that up smash catching to the left side, if he had spaced it just a little bit better, he could have gotten the sweet spot.
I'm not sure the sweet spot would have killed with no rage at 100. It may have, because Town and City. Definitely not the worst option to go for.
Oh, the sweet spot is incredibly strong. It would have killed.
Yeah, you think so?
Yeah.
I never know the percentages on it because I'm used to watching this particular Sheik. And Big Mac is very, very good at Sheik in every way except for spacing those up smashes. I swear I never watch him hit them.
Oh, but that's a miss there. Ooh!
Oh, he went...
link! That's the stuff that will just ruin Big Mac's day. And he knew that air dodge happened at the top of the screen because he panicked from the very first auto link. But he's going to sneak out of that and stay alive by the skin of his teeth right there.
Yeah, we were worried about Big Mac's mentality earlier. Well, when you get that long link into you just died off the top at like 40, that'll do it. So hopefully he can keep it in his head. Oh, the fair, not quite going to be able to get all the way there. Tyroy going for it all.
And Tyroy, I think, is going for that mental damage at the moment, going for things like dare, going for things like fair chains off the side. But okay, Big Mac answers right back. He's not too far behind. 70% is a little bit of a deficit, but she can get that back in an instant, and she just needs to play clean to do so.
You are 100% correct about the mental game. Sometimes that's the way that you win at Smash 4 is you get in your opponent's head, and it gives you the advantage all the way across the board when you can do that. He went for it a little too deep, though, and he wound up getting himself punished. Now here we are. We're both these characters missing a stock when Tyroy actually had a very large lead and going off stage got a punish that may or may not come back to bite him.
Again, we're seeing these fairs. They could lead to re-grabs and situations like that. The punish game not necessarily as clean as it could be. But okay, we get a shield there, but instead of forward tilt to a second one, not going to connect. Big Mac just missing little bits of damage that could have added up over the course of this game to be like 40%. And that back air on the roll going to catch him. That is a 2-0 lead going for Tyroy, and you know, I think Big Mac's going to focus on like the auto link, he's going to focus on stuff like that, but you have to focus on just the little things you're missing.
Yeah. So now we're going to what is, I believe, game 3. This is kind of an unfortunate spot for Big Mac, but he's sticking to his main, doing what he needs to do to get through this matchup. Sometimes if you're losing a matchup, you got to power through it, you got to test everything whenever you can. And this is definitely one of those times where Big Mac sticking with his main, trying to stick out the matchup, may help him in the long term, rather than just saying, oh, you know what, I'm down 2-0, you know, I've still got losers, I'm just going to go Falcon, I'm just going to go Ryu, Rosa, or whatever character he decides to go.
These fairs getting a lot of work done for Tyroy right now, and resetting into the dare again. That's such a scary move. But all right, that's going to be Big Mac re-grabbing the ledge. Only taking 50% damage, but this is the first heel slide that's going to hit, and that can be a demoralizing move on its own as Tyroy leads to more and more damage. That 50% lead is turned to 80, and the witch time at the ledge should be a stock. Yeah, that is a really rough start there for Big Mac, and now he already down 2 games and down a stock and getting witch timed again. We're talking about the mental game. This is almost unnecessary mental beatings from Tyroy heading towards Big Mac, knowing that he's frustrated with the character and using the moves that generally people dislike the most. But Tyroy, you can't take it away from him. He is an incredible player and very, very hard to beat. And now Big Mac is staring down the barrel of like a cannon for the rest of this set. Oh, the vanish just going to miss. Big Mac gets up, walks away, and that's going to do it. Tyroy with the 3-0 after that unfortunate suicide. Tyroy going to be up 3-0, and he does not look pleased. I just want to emphasize that there's so many little things that were missed there. Like, the punish game wasn't as tight as it could have been. Yep. Like, Big Mac's understanding of neutral is really good in, like, every other matchup, but then there's just some situations where he holds things like the nair. Like, when you nair out in obvious spots like that, you're, like, up off the ledge, that's where you're going to get witch time by Bayonetta.